Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter of English grammar, that is pronouns. So let's start new chapter of English grammar, pronouns. So students, in this chapter pronouns, we will read about pronouns and types of pronouns. So as you know, what is pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun. We can replace a noun with a pronoun. As you can say, pronouns are words that stands for noun or noun phrases. Look at the sentences. Anuj is a businessman. He likes traveling. Ruby, you are a good writer. I am a disco dancer, said Mithun. Next, Tapan, Ruchi and Zarina will not come to the playground today. They have an exam tomorrow. Don't open that old wooden chest. It is full of cockroaches. The fielder is hurt. Take him to the hospital. This is Anil's house. Shasha admired herself in the mirror. And the last, who broke the teacup? So students, in each of the above sentences, the words in red stand for the words in blue. Means the words in red are pronouns. Now we will discuss the various types of pronouns are. So the first is personal pronouns, in which I, you, he, she, it, them, etc. Second, possessive pronouns like my, his, theirs, etc. Next, reflexive pronouns himself, yourself, ourselves, etc. Relative pronouns who, which, that, etc. Next, interrogative pronouns what, which, when, etc. Demonstrative pronouns this, that, those, etc. Indefinite pronouns some, any, none, etc. So these are the types of the pronouns. So now let's discuss one by one. First, personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are the most important type of pronouns and they refer to people, things, ideas or events. So that is personal pronouns. Students, personal pronouns are also of two types, subjective case and objective case. Subjective means pronouns that act as the subject of a sentence such as I, you, he, etc. And objective means pronouns that act as the object of a verb and preposition in a sentence such as me, him, her, etc. So, the subjective pronouns are I, you, he and objective pronouns are as, me, him, her. So, the personal pronouns are also of two types. Students, personal pronouns are also stand for three persons. Three persons means first person, second person, third person. First person I and we. Second person you. And the third person he, she, it and they. Now look at the following table by which you can make understand the different forms of personal pronouns as well as subjective and objective case. Now look at the table. First I, if we use I as a subject, but if we will use in a objective case, then we will use me. You, second person, and it will remain same as subjective and objective. Third person, he, she, it for singular. And if we use as objective case, him, her, it, and they for plural. And in a first person, we for plural in a subjective case, and in objective case, us. You remain singular and plural, same, you. In subjective case, you, objective case also you. And in the third person, yes, subjective case they, and for objective case them. And masculine, yes, I and we can be masculine or feminine. You, same, masculine or feminine. And he, yes, only for masculine. And she, only for feminine. And they, both masculine and feminine. And it for neuter gender, just like animals. And if for, you can say that for babies. So it is a chart. So learn this chart for make understand about personal pronouns. Now start possessive pronouns. So to indicate possession or belonging, we add apostrophe s to nouns like dog's tail, friend's house. But in personal pronouns have special possessive forms to show belonging. Look at the table. There are two types, type 1, type 2. So type 1 are called possessive determiners like my, our, your, his, her, its, their. So they are called possessive determiner or possessive adjectives, and they come before nouns. And the second type of possessive pronouns like mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, theirs, they are called possessive pronouns, and that is a second type of possessive pronouns, and they functions independently. Independently means you can say that that car is mine, that car is mine, which coat is hers, these bangles are Amina's, give me mine. So the second type of possessive pronouns function independently, and the first type of pronouns, they come before nouns. Understood? And his, look at the table, his. Type 1 his, type 2 his. So his is both a possessive determiner and an independent possessive pronoun. And the possessive pronoun its does not have an apostrophe. That is very important rule. The possessive pronoun its does not have an apostrophe. It is used as an independent possessive pronoun only in exceptional cases in combination with own. Just like you can say the cat thinks the sofa is its own. So understood the possessive pronouns? Now reflexive pronouns. What is reflexive pronouns? So reflexive pronouns are pronouns that refer back to nouns or pronouns that occur before them in the same clause. Look at the sentence. I see myself. Ajit bought himself a table lamp. The new pupils introduced themselves to the class. So words like itself, myself, yourself and ourselves, himself, herself, itself, themselves are the object of the verb in the sentence, but they refer to the same person as the subject does. So the word self, self forms of personal pronouns are called reflexive pronouns. Understood? So, a reflexive pronoun cannot be used as the subject of a sentence. We can't say like myself want to join the army. No. So, a reflexive pronoun cannot be used as the subject of a sentence. A reflexive pronoun can only be used as the object of a verb. So, the following table gives the different forms of reflexive pronoun. So, you have to learn. So, which is reflexive pronoun like I, myself, we, ourselves, you, yourself, and you if indicate for the plural, like there are many persons and you are talking you, then yourselves. If you are talking only one person, then you will use yourself, but if you are talking many people, then you will use yourselves. He, himself, she, herself, it, itself, and they, themselves. So it is reflexive pronoun. Understood? That is reflexive pronouns. Relative pronouns. So relative pronouns connect a noun to a group of words that follow and describe the noun. Means pronouns that link a phrase or clause to another in a sentence are called relative pronouns, like who, which, that, whom, whose, and what are relative pronouns. So look at the example. The man who climbed the mountain was Mark Inglis. Aniruddha has a pen that changes color. Sarah met an old woman whose son was a magician. Scientists discovered a fossil which was a million years old. So, these are all the relative pronouns, which, who, whom, whose, which, and that. So there is a table, students, that shows the use of relative pronouns in different forms. We can use a relative pronoun as a subject form, object form, possessive form, like who, whom. Who we will use as a subject form, like first example you can see, the man who climbed the mountain was Mark Inglis, and whom as an object form, which, that refers to things, only things, and whom refers to pupil, and possessive form whose, that is refer both. Like last example, third one example, Sarah met an old woman whose son was a magician. So these are all relative pronoun. But sometimes it happens in informal English, not formal. In informal English, who is used instead of whom. Like the player whom we saw on TV was Akhil. And you can say also the player who we saw on TV was Akhil. So the relative pronoun who, whom, which, and that can be omitted in some cases. What type of cases? When they refer to the object of the verb in the group of descriptive words that follow them. Like if I say the cup that Viru bought is broken, and you can also say the cup Viru bought is broken. So in some cases, not always, in some cases, when they refer to the object of the verb in the group of descriptive words that follow them, in that position, in that cases, we can omit the relative pronouns. So understood? I repeat, pronouns that link a phrase or clause to another in a sentence are called relative pronouns. So that is relative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns. What is interrogative pronouns? As usual, the interrogative words you know, who, whom, whose, which, what. So interrogative pronouns are question words. There are 5 interrogative pronouns. There are 5. Who, whom, whose, which, what. So the interrogative pronouns accepting what are identical with relative pronouns. Understood? In relative pronouns we have also used who, whom, whose, which, but different situation. They use as a link. But in interrogative pronouns they used as a interrogative pronouns. So interrogative pronouns, there is a list: who, subjective, pupil, for pupil, refers to pupil. Whom, like I can say who is the girl in this photo, so here subject and it refers to pupil. And whom for object, and that is also for pupil. Like we can say whom did the teacher praise yesterday, so here whom is for like an objective case. Whose, possessive case, pupils. You can say that whose are those lunchbox. So in this case there is a interrogative word, and here we will use interrogative pronoun which subject and object both, and pupil and things both. Like we can say which is your favorite food, and which is Suman's sister, the one sitting on the bench or the other standing. So here which refer both pupil and things. What, same, subject and object, and both pupil and things. Like what is the color of turmeric, that is a thing. So that is also used both. But mostly what happens in informal speech, when we do not follow any grammatical rule, who can replace whom is an object form interrogative pronoun. Like we can say whom did the presenter introduce first, as well as we can say who did the presenter introduce first. So interrogative pronouns whose, which, and what have a determiner function. Determiner function means that is modifying a noun. So interrogative pronouns with the determiner function are also called interrogative adjectives. How? Like whose daughter is Kamla, which flag is Austria, what color is Mary's t-shirt, what color. So here the word whose, which, what are followed by noun, so that is, in this condition, that is interrogative adjective. But if I told you what is the color of turmeric, in that case that is interrogative pronoun. But if I told you what color of turmeric, that is all followed by noun, so in that case that is interrogative adjectives. So understood what is the difference between interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives? What color of turmeric? It is interrogative adjective. And if I told you what is the color of turmeric, that is interrogative pronouns. So that is the interrogative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns. So students, there are 4 demonstrative pronouns, like these, that, these, and those. So they demonstrate, show, or point to something in the context. And as you know that this and these refer to things that are nearby, and in the opposite, that and those point to things that are distant. And this and that are singular, while these and those are plural. Like look at the sentence. This is an amazing novel. Is that a lighthouse? These are turtles. Those are not my shoes. So Words such as this, that, these and those are used as demonstrative pronouns. But students, the one thing is that this, that, these and those can act as both like demonstrative pronoun as well as demonstrative adjectives. Just as if I told you, this is my book, this is my book, so that is demonstrative pronoun. But if I told you, this book is mine, this book is mine, so that is demonstrative adjective. Why? Because when they followed by a noun, they function as demonstrative determiners or demonstrative adjectives. So if I told you, suppose those are birds, so that is not followed by a noun, so that is demonstrative pronoun. But if I told you, those birds are in the nest, those birds are in the nest, so that is demonstrative adjective. Why? Because those are followed by a noun. So understood? Now understood what is the difference between demonstrative pronoun and adjective? Demonstrative adjective are followed by a noun. But remember one thing, that is not always a demonstrative pronoun or determiner. It is often a relative pronoun also. So understood? That is demonstrative pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. What is indefinite pronouns? So pronouns which do not have a specific reference, are called indefinite pronouns, like anyone, something, either, some, each, most, everyone, neither, etc. So that is called indefinite pronouns. Because indefinite pronouns also expresses quantity. Like I can say, both are my friends. We have 20 fingers and each has a special function. He has fooled many with the same story. So that is indefinite pronouns, which both, each, many. So many indefinite pronouns also functions as determiners. Why? Because they come always before nouns. That is, they come before nouns, like both friends. If I told you both are my friends, that is indefinite pronouns. But if I told you both friends are mine, both friends are mine, so in this case that is determiner. And there are two types of indefinite pronouns. The first type consists of compound indefinite pronouns. Compound, like someone, anyone, somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody, and you can say everything. So that is called compound indefinite pronouns. But remember one thing, compound indefinite pronouns do not function as determiners. They do not function like determiners. And some pronouns that take singular verbs, like everyone, nobody, something, that are always followed by a singular verbs. Everyone means one. So that everyone, nobody, somebody, that is always used with the singular verb. And the second type of indefinite pronouns is a large group, like few, most, many, all, another, both, little, some. But they can also function as determiners. So there are two types of indefinite pronouns, compound pronouns and large group of pronouns. Compound pronouns do not function as determiners, but the large group pronouns can function as determiners. Understood? So that is the chapter of your pronouns. I hope you understand the chapter pronouns. Thank you for watching this video.